Best regards, Professor Pinto Habilitas. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Guillermo Peralta Lopez. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here. On this occasion, I will speak about influence of sex on the molecular characteristics and outcomes of malignant tumors. On this slide is an overview of all parts that will be covered on this presentation, such as the introduction, objectives of the study, methods, result discussion, and finally the conclusions. Biomarkers play a key role in selecting patients to be treated with specific therapies. However, there is still a search to find a suitable accurate biomarkers for immune checkpoint inhibitors. A said well-studied biomarker already seeks such as PD-1, PD-L1, CTL4, microsatellite instability, and tumor mutationally burden. Sex as a predictor for immunotherapy efficacy has not been adequately evaluated in basic translation or clinical settings because the effect of sex is masked by different distribution or clinical pathology and epidemiology characteristics between sex, such as mutational burden, smoking, and histology. However, different studies have already shown that sex influences innate and adaptive immunotherapy during different pathogenic processes. The lower benefit of immunotherapy observed in women could be due to an enrichment of the activation of the immune process in women compared to men. Theory for this study will evaluate sex-specific difference in clinical outcomes, mutational state of major activating genes, and activation level of immune pathways in different cancer types. We continue with the methodology, where six parts are addressed, starting with analysis of the Ongle-Hell-Auna retrospective cohort. 13,619 cancer patients affiliated with Ongle-Hell-Auna were evaluated, treated between 2000 and 2019 for 20 different types of cancer not related to sex. As shown in Table 1, which you see here, it was estimated from the date of cancer diagnostic to the date of death or last follow-up, while carried until January 2020 using the National Civil Register, than the influence of sex on the molecular characteristics and outcomes of malignant tumors of death in women was evaluated in the male patients in age-specific tumors. We also estimate and the supposed professional rate was verified. Tumor samples for sequences, paraffin-embedded tumor tissues were collected from patients with advanced or metastatic melanoma. Diagnostic of oncohealth tumor cell count was assessed and reached for 15% to 19% by examination of hematoxylin and eosin staining slide by a pathologist. A commercial reference standard, or the Horizon Quantity Multiplex Reference Standard, was tested to validate the performance of next-generation sequence for the detection of somatic mutation. 88 micro-triformalin fictive paraffin. The sections were cut from tumor samples. The DNA concentration was determined by fluorometric quantification using the fluorometer. Next generation sequence, the choice panel focused on single nucleotide variants and insertion deletions in the following genes: BRAS, EGFR, CRAS, and RES, PIK3CA, and TP53. Data analysis rate were automatically processed in base space sequence hubs and aligned to the high 19th reference genome, the difficult limit or the detection was set at 5% allele frequency. They set for transcriptomic analysis 18 datasets across eight types of cancer were retrieved from a public repository including colon cancer, gastric cancer, head and neck cancer, liver cancer, melanoma, pancreas cancer, renal cancer, thyroid cancer. Datasets with fewer than 7 patients or datasets containing metastatic tumor were excluded. Analysis was performed using the GC Herhava application. This study was approved by Ethical Review Committee of the University Private San Juan Bautista and was carried out in compliance with all relevant ethical guidelines. The results found that from the analysis of 20 different types of cancer, a decreased risk of death was determined in film patients. Significant differences in the risk of death were also observed in head and neck cancer, leukemia, liver cancer, and skin cancer, non-melanoma, as can be seen in Figure 1. A significant association was found between sex and mutational status in lung cancer with respect to EGFR mutational, specifically being greater in women with 34%. In contrast, the mutational status of BRAF in melanoma, BRAF and PIK3CA in patients with colon cancer was not related to sex. The number of overexpressed immune processes in women was greater than in men. Over 20 gene ontology categories were enriched for immune process in family tumors. The most frequent set of genes in the activation of immune response process were the antigen receptor mediated signaling pathway, the activation of the immune response, and the T-cell receptor signaling pathway. In total, 18 immune processes were enriched in tumor from male patients. The most frequent gene ontology groups were cellular processes, multi-organism processes, immune response, and immune system development. In summary, a process in cell regulation and activation in the immune response are addressed. Okay, cancer is a serious global health problem with significant effort to improve existing treatments and develop new ones. Immunotherapy is now essential in the treatment of the severe type of cancer, and the new predictive biomarkers are actively sought. The study analyzed the difference between male and female cancer patients, considering survival and mutation. However, it has limitations since it did not adjust registrations for key factors such as age, clinical stage, and histological characteristics in cancer. Gender influenced the effectiveness of treatment, with better outcomes for women in lung cancer and other cancers. In lung cancer, women have an additional 10% advantage with certain treatments such as EGFR-TKI, but less benefit with single agents compared to men, although pro-metastatic activity in liver in highly aggressive pancreatic cancer and liver cancer cells mediated by suppressor cell function derived from myeloid and T cells. In this part is discussion. And finally, the conclusion of this presentation, sex is an important factor influencing the tumor microenvironment and subsequently the host's ability to control the tumor, has revealed by clinical outcomes favoring film patients. A thorough analysis of test difference could lead to better therapeutic strategies and the discovery of new targets particularly for immunotherapy. To finish this presentation, I leave you a very beautiful phrase for cancer patients that say, "Fiery and brave people are the ones who inspire and give meaning to life. Good luck, brave people." Thank you very much for your attention.